Okay, so we're going to have a look at something else now. We're going to look at how you can make your bottle look like a particular material and choose its colour. And we're also going to look at how you can position the lid. So I'm going to go back to my first design, the one that we looked at initially that was built just from a circle that was extruded. And I'm going to add some colour and materials to these. Now it's also worth noting, if I zoom in and zoom out, you can see at the moment, I can see these kind of black lines. If I come down to this display here, I can see there's lots of options. They're slightly off your screen at the moment, but there's one there that says shaded. So if I use shaded, it takes those initial lines off and makes it look a little bit more realistic. However, to actually add colours and things to these, I need to change from my modelling environment, and I need to go into what's called my render environment. So I'm going to click render. So you can see I've got one that's called appearance. I'm going to choose appearance, and in my appearance panel I'm going to basically choose, there's more things here that you can't see, it's down lower. I can choose materials. Now I do have the option of being able to bring things in and download stuff as well and edit things, but I'm going to work with plastics at the moment, and there's different types of plastics. I'm going to just try an opaque one in the first instance. So I've got various colours there. So if I wanted this to be blue, basically before I drag it, I'll just show you at the top here, I can either apply my colours and materials to what's called faces or bodies. So a body is the whole thing, okay? A face is one part of it. So this very top of this lid could be a face, the whole thing's a body. So I'm going to leave it on bodies or components at the moment, and I'm just going to grab one of these and I'm going to drag it onto there, and that's made that blue. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to drag this one and make this one green. So I've basically got a top and a bottom, okay? In my top and my bottom, I've got colours, but if I don't like those colours, I can still change another colour and put it on, but I can edit those colours if I wanted to as well. So the way that I would do that is at the top, where these colours have now been chosen, so the ones I've used have gone into here, I've got the facility of right clicking and say duplicating, and then on the duplicate version I can right click and I can edit. So if I go into this one now, I'm going to give it a new name. Instead of calling it glossy red, I'm going to call it glossy pink. I think you know where I'm going with this. And I'm going to choose a different colour. Now there's lots of ways of choosing colours. There's colour libraries you can click onto, but the most basic way is to play around with these colours up here until you get the kind of right shade that you want, and then you say done. And after a second this will change into the pink one. And so now if I wanted this lid to be pink, I can use my own colour that I've defined and I can drag that on. I can do the same thing with materials, so it doesn't have to be just plastic. I might decide that the lid wants to be made of metal. So I could go into metals, and something like bronze is quite nice, and I could go for a polished bronze and I could drop that on instead, so I've got a bronze lid. Now it's entirely up to me how I do that. In fact, I think it'll look better with pink, so I'm going to swap my pink one back again.